We're going to turn now to a small but growing trend among mothers of some young children. It's called cross-nursing, and it's when moms choose to breastfeed not just their own children, but their friends' children as well, for community or for convenience. And parenting contributor Anne Plachette Murphy has more.
Moms Morgan McFarland and Sarah Griffith are as close as sisters. Like most best friends, they share everything, even what many people would consider the most intimate act between a mother and child, breastfeeding.
Oh, yeah.
When Sarah is at work or out on errands, Morgan regularly steps in to breastfeed her friend's son. The first time when he was just 3 months.
He was frustrated and crying and hysterical, and he really wanted to nurse. So I finally said, okay, buddy, we'll just go ahead and do this. And he was much happier, and it stopped the frantic, screaming baby.
And I thought that was wonderful, because I know it would be more comforting for him, besides being just food.
Although Morgan's 2-year-old son will only nurse with his mom, she would be open to Sarah nursing her children.
I think that it's just not been our social norm. In some cultures it is, and you would think nothing of nursing your neighbor's child if something happened, or nursing your sister's baby if she has to go to work. And that would be completely normal.
While cross-nursing is hardly the norm, parenting experts say the practice seems to be on the rise.
Cross-nursing is a logical extension of the rising breastfeeding rates that we've seen in the past 15 years, and moms are really committed to breastfeeding exclusively and finding new ways to do that.
But the majority of moms feel uncomfortable, even repulsed by the idea. Of the Baby Talk readers polled, 45% said cross-nursing was disgusting or weird.
People are going to react viscerally to the idea of you're putting another baby to your breast. Why would you want to do that? They don't think about the fact it's just a feeding choice. You're feeding the baby.
A lot of people are uncomfortable hearing about nursing at all, and they assume that anything that's to do with breast has to be sexual. So I guess it's bad enough if you're doing it with your own child, but then you add another child to the mix, and they're really concerned about it. It's silly. You feed babies. That's what they're for.
As best friends, Sarah and Morgan know each other's health histories and lifestyle choices. But surprisingly, the leading breastfeeding support organization, La Leche League, does not promote cross-nursing.
She will want to make sure that the mother that she's getting milk from for her baby has been screened for diseases such as tuberculosis and syphilis and hepatitis-associated antigen, HIV.
For moms who want to give their babies breast milk and can't nurse, La Leche recommends milk banks where the milk is screened and pasteurized. But for Morgan and Sarah, the experience of cross-nursing is also about building a network of support and bonding with other mothers.
And I think that a move back towards cross-nursing, or even just getting together with your nursing babies and sharing stories and becoming comfortable talking about the topic, I think meets a very primal need for us, that sense of bonding in the community.
And Anne Plachette Murphy is here now. I can hear people asking, why not just bottle your own milk?
Well, that's a really important question. Some babies, especially those who have been breastfed exclusively, will not take a nipple. This is true with Bastion. Will not take a bottle nipple. So they really believe that second best, if they can't take the bottle of your express milk, is to have someone who's healthy breastfeed your baby.
But is your milk specifically designed nutritionally for your child in ways you may not understand?
Not necessarily. We've all heard about wet nurses. This is essentially what this is. And if the mother's healthy, what is specifically designed, and this was fascinating, I didn't know this, Diane, is that as a child gets older, a mother's milk changes, adapts, and accommodates the baby's needs as they get older. So, for example, Morgan has a 2-year-old whom she nurses. Her milk isn't ideally suited to Bastion, who's only 7 months old, but it's better, in her opinion, than not.
How does it change nutritionally from a 2-year-old to
Well, it even
infant?
changes within a feeding. The milk that comes out initially when a baby is nursing has a lot more nutrition than as you continue nursing. From meal to meal it changes. If you have a high garlic content in your food, your baby's going to develop taste for different kinds of foods. I mean, breast milk is an amazingly dynamic
So if
fluid.
you were going to do this, one of the things to calculate is age
Yes,
the same age.
If you're going to do it, exclusively. Again, if it's once in a while, it's not going to. But yes, a mother of a 2-year-old's milk will not sustain an infant. But it's really fascinating how adaptable breast milk is, and of course they believe that this is the best.
And the marvel of nature. Thank
Yes.
you, Ann Pleshette Murphy. What do you think about all this? Weigh in at abcnews.com. Love your